Hi everyone. So today I wanted to show you all some vintage Barbie fashions that I have. This is normally what I like to do on my channel. The past few videos have been more discussion based, so I wanted to do something with vintage Barbie again. So for this Barbie fashion video, I was inspired by the Barbie movie. And in that movie, Margot Robbie as Barbie wears the pink gingham dress. And recently there were leaks that came out of her doll. Yeah, it's stirred up a lot of emotion. So anyway, the pink dress is in reference to a vintage Barbie fashion. Well, I'm not exactly sure because I'm not the costume designer, but my best guess is it's referencing Dancing Doll from 1965. This is Dancing Doll. You can see it's like pink gingham. It's not exactly the same, but definitely has a lot of references to the movie look. And yeah, so I thought I would show this one off. It comes with a few other accessories, a belt and shoes, which we'll get into later. And I always like to do like at least two fashions per video. And so I'm gonna have my swirl ponytail Barbie wearing this one. And if you haven't seen me opening up my swirl ponytail Barbie, you should definitely go watch that video. A lot of people seem to really like that video, so you should go watch that one. And the second vintage fashion that I want to show alongside this one is going to be this one. It's Day on the Terrace. I think it's Day on the Terrace, 1965. It comes with a hat, or Lunch on the Terrace, that's what it is, Lunch on the Terrace. Yeah, so for identifying vintage Barbie fashions, this is the book that I like to use, Barbie Fashion, Volume 1 by Sarah Sink Eames. I really like this because it, goes in chronological order for all the Barbie fashions. And I really like the descriptions in the book. Sometimes they'll like put in little historical references and stuff like that. So for example, Dancing Doll, the pink gingham dress. And in this description, it mentions the Beatles, which I believe the British invasion was 1964. So yeah, this dress came out in 1965. So if Barbie was a hip teenager in 1965, she would probably know who the Beatles were. And what I really like about like 1964 in Barbie history was that it really reflected the times. It was the first year that the swirl ponytail Barbie came out, and it was the change from the bubble cut to something a little more youthful. I think that the swirl ponytail was like the first time that, in my opinion, Barbie actually looked more like a teenager. Fashions that came out in 1964 were very different from what Barbie collectors call the 900 series fashions. So the 900 series fashions were the earliest fashions for Barbie. So these are 900 series fashions. You have Easter Parade and Roman Holiday. This one's Roman Holiday. And yeah, I think that the 900 series fashions are a little more sophisticated. I think Barbie looks more, like an adult in the 900 series fashions. But in 1964, that all got updated, and I think that it was the first time that Barbie actually started to look like a teenage fashion model. So in the same year as Dancing Doll, Brunch Time, and you can see it's a lot more colorful, 1965. Disc Date and Barbie Loves to Cook. Those were all, very colorful, youthful styles. Oh, this is another really good colorful one, Outdoor Life. $1965. But yeah, so 1964, 1965, the silhouettes were still very much you know, the early 60s silhouettes, but things just started to get a lot more colorful, a lot more youthful. And this is sort of like pre-mod era. You know, once we get to the mod era, things start to get a lot more wilder, and teenage fashion really, I think, starts to express itself a little more. So yeah, let's go ahead and head to my desk and try them on Barbie and Midge. So this was the complete set for Dancing Doll, which was made in 1965, like I mentioned previously. Here's a closer look at the record player, and it has the moving needle. And the records also come out, and they are double-sided. And you can also slot in the records. Just like that. Here's a closer look at her belt. It's made out of a sort of plasticky material, like a plastic vinyl material. And the buckle is like a polished metal in really great condition. And these are the white spike heels up close. And the embroidered gingham dress, you can see the patch is a separate embroidered material that has been stitched on to the collar. And my collar does have a little bit of a hole, you can see right there, which is unfortunate, but I did get it for a really good deal because it did have a small hole in it. And you can see the traditional metal zipper in the back. The dress is not lined, which I am always okay with. I think that lining does add bulk when it's not necessary on doll clothing. And this is the hem of the dress. You can see how beautifully stitched the hem is. It's also known as a blind hem stitch. And at the waist of the dress, you can see the beautifully even pleats. And the pleats create this beautifully full silhouette for the skirt, which is a very popular silhouette in the 60s. So let's go ahead and try this on my swirl ponytail Barbie. So here is Barbie and Dancing Doll. And now it's Midge's turn, so let's go ahead and get her in lunch on the terrace. And there's Midge in lunch on the terrace. And now let's bring out Barbie. Alright everyone, so Barbie and Midge are off to have lunch on the terrace. See you guys soon. Bye.